welcome to my first video of 2021. I have officially been making YouTube videos for over a year now, which is pretty exciting. It's a nice little milestone to reach. But anyway, in today's video, well, I'm actually filming this on the 31st of December, but it's going to air in a few days, so it will be January by the time this is posted. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my 2020 in review. So just, looking back on some of the things that I've achieved and that I'm really grateful for and proud of, which I encourage you guys to do as well, because when I actually sat down and wrote down a list of all the things that I've achieved and that I'm grateful for during 2020, it's actually a lot of things. And it's been a really difficult year for a lot of people, and a lot of people will tend to dwell on the negatives of 2020, but I think it is a really good positive exercise to actually have a think about the good things that happened to you, the things that you're proud of that you've achieved in 2020, because then you can remember some of the good parts of 2020 as we move forward into 2021, which I'm also super excited about. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about my goals for 2021. I've got quite a few goals across different categories, so I'm going to kind of go through them while I make some food. So what I'm making today is a avocado and mango salad. So we're having this for New Year's Eve for dinner. My boyfriend and I are just chilling at home tonight, and I wanted to make a nice fresh summery salad because it is summer in Australia, and we are going to pair this salad with some chicken. So I'm having a plant-based vegan chicken, and my boyfriend, who's not vegan, is having regular chicken. So that is our meal for dinner tonight. So I'm going to start prepping this and keep talking to you guys, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get straight into it. Okay, what should I do first? I think I'm going to wash the lettuce. So I just bought some cos lettuce, and I have my little salad spinner here, which is actually really handy. If you don't have a salad spinner, I would recommend, because it gets all the leaves really dry after you've washed them. So let's do that. And while I do that, I want to talk to you guys a bit about my 2020 in review. So some of the things I'm really grateful for and that I'm proud that I've achieved is that I started my YouTube channel, and I consistently uploaded every single week for 52 weeks, which is quite a long time. And yeah, I'm really proud that I stayed consistent with it, because if you're a small YouTuber yourself, or if you just know a bit about YouTube, it takes a while to grow a channel, and you have to stay consistent. As with lots of things in life, if you want to build muscle, you have to stay consistent. If you want to lose weight, you have to stay consistent. There's a lot of things where you need consistency, and I'm really proud of myself that I did stay consistent with my uploads, but also with my health. So I did actually, I think I talked about this in a previous video, I did gain about 5 kilos throughout lockdown, just because I wasn't moving as much and I was eating a bit more, I was snacking a bit more. But overall, I did stay consistent in terms of I was still training at least 3 times a week, even in the harsh lockdown. I got some gym equipment, and yeah, I actually really devoted time, effort, and a bit of money into working on my fitness throughout this year. And also, I think I've developed a more sustainable relationship with food. I've kind of been working on that for the last 4 years, but it's really progressed a lot this year. And one of my goals for next year actually is to, even take that a bit further and just eat more intuitively. Because at the moment I am eating really healthy, but I'm also planning my meals quite a bit, which I want to kind of release that pressure and just go with the flow a bit more, and not have to plan things out as much and just eat more intuitively, like when I'm feeling hungry, because I've kind of been having meals at set times, and that does work for me because I do love consistency and routine, but at the same time I sometimes eat breakfast when I'm not actually hungry for breakfast yet. So I want to start eating more intuitively, and if that means I eat at slightly different times, I want to let myself do that. So that's kind of one of my goals for 2021, is to eat more intuitively. I'm just going to quickly wash this, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now it's time to spin the lettuce in a little spinner. And while I do that, what is another thing I'm grateful for? I am proud of myself that I finished a few different degrees. So this year I graduated from my bachelor's degree in commerce at the University of Melbourne, I just had one subject that I had to complete over summer, and so I did that, and then I actually only received my final graduation certificate like a week ago. So that was pretty cool. I am now a graduate of the University of Melbourne. So that's fun. I majored in finance and marketing, if any of you don't know. Yeah, it's a commerce degree. And along with that, I did a couple of other degrees this year. So I did a Cert 3 in 4 in fitness, which means I'm now a qualified personal trainer. And I also did a certificate in plant-based nutrition, which has really helped me to gain a deeper understanding of nutrition, which I'm going to take forward and use these skills in 2021. So for me, 2020 has been a year of growing, learning. I've actually moved out of home for the first time this year, so I've grown quite a bit in my confidence and in my own independence, which has been nice as well. So yeah, I'm really grateful for 2020, even though it's been, you know, obviously a bit of a crazy year. I have actually been able to achieve quite a few things and grown in my own self-confidence, and I feel a lot more confident talking to random people now. I was talking to my mum about this the other day, but I will happily go up to someone and ask them for directions or ask them for recommendations or like call people on the phone. Yeah, I'm just a lot more confident in myself, and I'm not as nervous as I used to be. I think I used to be a little bit anxious as a person, and I've kind of calmed down a lot, which is really good because it just means that my moods are more stable. I mean, obviously I do have, you know, moodiness now and then, but it's a lot more stable than I used to be. So I'm really grateful for that as well. So going into 2021, let me keep doing some of this stuff while I talk to you. I'm very chatty today. But what else have we got? Okay, so here's the lettuce. I have cucumber and I have fresh mint, so I'm going to wash the fresh mint now. And I also have snow pea sprouts, which I just picked up from a health food store, and I just thought it'd be fun to add in. So I'm going to wash all that. Anyway, what I was saying was, yes, my main like overarching goal for 2021 is to let go and to go with the flow more and stop trying to be in control of every little thing, because I'm quite, like, if you ask my best friend Becky, ever since I was a little kid, I've been quite bossy and quite sure of my own values and my own beliefs and what I want to do. So yeah, I have quite strong values, and I also have quite strong ideas and plans. I like planning things a lot, but I want to, in 2021, to just let go of that sense of needing to control things. Because I've actually been reading this book called The Untethered Soul, and I'm only halfway, well, I think I'm 2/3 of the way through now, and it talks a lot about when you're able to take a step back from, you know, your mind that's just constantly thinking and constantly planning, looking to the future, looking into the past. You know, your brain's just, my brain especially, is super, super active. And what I want to learn to do in 2021 is to take a step back from that and to let go of that need to have control and to just kind of go with the flow a bit more, let life happen, and to let go of that need to control. I know I've said that like 3 times now, but I just think it's really important, and I'm finally at a stage where I'm able to do that and where I'm ready to do that. So I'm really excited actually to kind of grow more spiritually next year and just have that more clear mental space, like mental clarity with what I'm doing and being present in the moment rather than constantly thinking of either the future or the past. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to just let go of that control and to be more present, and to just let life kind of flow. So that's my overarching goal for 2021. That's my biggest thing that I kind of want to flow into all my other goals. But yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, one of my other goals is to eat more intuitively. In terms of other health and fitness goals, I would like to read more books. I guess that's kind of health because it's mental health. I want to learn more. I guess I've been studying for the last whole of my life, and now I'm finally not going to be studying anymore. So I want to keep learning through reading books, and I'm particularly interested in spiritual kind of self-help books like The Untethered Soul, which I would highly recommend, by the way. It is so good. I've not finished it yet, but I think I would recommend that book to basically everyone on earth if you haven't read it already. It's so interesting. They talk a lot about thinking about your mind as like the thoughts that are running through your mind. That's not actually you. That is like something in your brain. I'm not as good as explaining it as the book. You should read the book. But basically, like, your conscious self is the part of you that's aware of those thoughts. It's not the thoughts itself. So your own self and your consciousness is the fact that you are aware of the thoughts. So you can say to yourself, hello, hello, hello in your brain, and you can recognize that you're saying that to yourself, if you get what I mean. Read the book, 100%, it's amazing, highly recommend. So yeah, one of my other goals is to read more books because you can just learn so much, and I'm really excited to learn and grow more in 2021. Alrighty, so one of my other health and fitness goals, which is actually, I think, super important, is to stretch more. So I do stretch now and then, I do a bit of yoga now and then, but it's very much now and then. It's not consistent, and I do often get tight muscles because I don't stretch enough. I have a really good foam roller that I really want to use more often because foam rolling is so good for you. If you have not got a foam roller, I would recommend it because it really loosens up your muscles and it allows you to function better in daily life. So I want to do more foam rolling, more stretching, more yoga. My goal is going to be at least once a week because I feel like that's achievable. Another big thing with goals is setting goals that is actually achievable because yeah, I once set a goal in the past to do yoga every single day, every day. And like, that is just, I think, too big of a goal really. And it was a bit silly because I actually did stick to it for the whole of January. I'm pretty sure I did yoga every single day for January. But then February came around and I just didn't stick to it anymore. And then I was kind of annoyed that I didn't stick to it. And I was like, yeah, there's just no point in making unrealistic goals for yourself. So this time I'm gonna say at least once a week, which I feel is super achievable and attainable. All right, so here I have my snowpea sprouts that I'm just going to whiz up in this. All right, so I have some other goals. I have some financial goals. I would like to increase how many streams of income I have. So at the moment, I only actually have one stream of income, and I would really like to increase that to 3 within the next 4 months, and then to 5 by the end of the year. So it's widely known that diversifying your streams of income, having multiple streams of income is really important because, you know, if one aspect is not doing so well, then you have your backups that you're still going to be getting financial income from, and you can feel safe and secure that you're not going to suddenly not have enough money to pay your bills. So I've been lucky enough that throughout 2020 I've been completely fine with being able to pay all my bills and everything's been fine. But I just think that, you know, there's a lot of talk of, you know, potential economic crises. I mean, we're already kind of in one, but yeah, I just think that diversifying my income streams, getting more income streams is just going to be really beneficial for me now and in the long term, because then I'll be able to save more money, which obviously is really important for your future. So that is one of my big goals for 2021, is to diversify my streams of income. And yes, so 3 streams of income by January, February, March, by April, and then hopefully 5 by the end of the year. So that's one big financial goal. My other financial goal is to actually write a budget. So I do try to, you know, live quite frugally, and I don't splash cash on lots of things. But I do, you know, spend quite a bit of money on groceries, and I don't necessarily always buy the cheapest option. You know, I might go and buy, you know, these snowpea sprouts, but I mean, it's healthy. Like, I value my health, so I do want to go and buy healthy food, but it just would be great to have a budget so I know, you know, what I have available to spend on certain things, and that I don't feel anxious or worried about how much money I'm spending on different categories. So that is one of my goals. I'm actually going to work on that in the next few weeks to create a budget, because I just think it's really good for me and for everyone out there. I would recommend it 100% for anyone. Especially, you know, now that I'm living out of home, there's more things that I have to pay for, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to having that more scheduled sense of what's coming in and what's coming out and my budget. So yes, that is a nice financial goal for me. Alright, okay, I am just talking so much and I'm really not getting much done, so I'm going to do this for a bit and then I'll come back when I've got a few more things done. Alrighty, so I have progressed quite a bit now. I still have to make the dressing and do the toppings. So for the toppings, I have got some sliced almonds here. I'm just going to roast them in the oven for about 5 minutes to get them nice and toasted and beautiful. And then I'm going to put them on top, as well as a few hemp hearts or hemp seeds, whatever you call them. And then the dressing is going to be like a maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, mustard, and garlic dressing. So it's kind of like, I don't know, a mustardy vinaigrette, but it's fresh and it's a bit sweet from the maple syrup. So yeah, I'm gonna show you that while we can chat a little bit more. Let me just grab my phone because I did write down a couple of other goals and I want to share them with you. Oh yes, I forgot about these goals. All right, so I wrote a couple of environmental goals. So one of them is to shop more at bulk foods. So if you guys saw my last proper grocery haul, I actually did go to a bulk food store and it was a really great experience, but because I've been away for a week and then before that it was kind of like lead up to Christmas and I was doing like my Coles and Woolworths Christmas videos, I actually haven't been back to the bulk food store since then. Well, actually I went back one, but it was just like one little thing. So I haven't been properly bulk food shopping recently, which I really want to get back into properly and make that more of a habit. That's just what I do. Because at the moment my habit or my, yeah, I guess my habit at the moment is to go to Woolies because it's just down the road. Like I went there this morning, I can just walk there. But I actually want to make the effort to consistently go to the bulk food store and then just go to like the greengrocer to get my fresh fruit and veg, because that is a lot more sustainable. And also going to the fresh fruit and veg place, I am shopping more locally. So that is one of my environmental goals for 2020. Another one is to always remember to bring my reusable coffee cup, because I actually don't get coffees out that much. So that's why I forget, because I probably only get a coffee out once a fortnight, maybe once a week. Anyway, probably like once a week or once a fortnight. So sometimes I forget to take my coffee cup with me, and then I end up having to get a takeaway cup or having to specifically say, okay, I'm gonna sit down and drink my coffee, which I do try to do sometimes. But you know, if I'm on the go, I just need to always have my coffee cup with me. So that is one of my big goals. And then what was my last one? I did write 3. Yes, my third one is to start op shopping more, or using websites or apps like Depop to purchase new clothing. Because although I don't purchase new clothing very often, when I do, it's, you know, from places like, I mean, I got this shirt a couple weeks ago from Cotton On. I got some bathers that I really love from like Zulu and Zafia for Christmas, if you saw my Christmas vlog. And yeah, I don't really shop at op shops, or like, you know, there's vintage stores and stuff I can go to as well. So I want to start doing that in 2021. That's going to be one of my goals, is to start recycling in terms of clothing. I do give away a lot of my old clothes to charity, and I do that every probably like twice a year. I'll go through my wardrobe and donate anything that I don't really wear that often. But I want to actually start getting new clothes from op shops, vintage shops, online, things like Depop. I want to get into that. So that is one of my environmentally friendly goals for 2021. And okay, let's get started on toasting the almonds. So basically all I'm going to do is put this onto a lined baking tray and into the oven. So good. Just going to add a nice little crunch element. Right, here's my baking tray. Grab some baking paper. Here it is. Yeah, so I think I mentioned this earlier, but basically, like, when you're making goals for 2021, try to make them like realistic, because it's very easy to just say, oh, I want to, I don't know, like, I mean, one of my past goals was to read a book every month, and I didn't do that. And that actually is kind of realistic, but it wasn't really realistic at me for the time because I was quite busy. I was still at uni back then, and yeah, I didn't get it. I wasn't able to read a book every month, so that wasn't super realistic for me. But one of my goals this year is to just read more books. So I don't have a specific, you know, how many I need to read, but I just want to read more books because I actually do really enjoy it. And as I said earlier, I learned from it and it's really good. So anyway, these are my almonds. Literally nothing on them, just straight into the oven like that. I've got my oven at about 180 degrees. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer because it's a kind of a running joke in my family that we always burn the almonds. Well, not always, but like my mum makes this really yummy ice cream cake thing, and she always puts flaked almonds on top, roasted flaked almonds, and she has burnt them multiple times, but so have I. Like, it's just so easy to forget. So let's put a timer on. I do not want to burn all these almonds. I think I'm gonna put it on for 3 minutes, and then I'll check on it and see how much longer it needs. Okay, that's all done. Here are our hem parts to top. I just need to make the dressing. So, what am I gonna make the dressing in? You wanna make it in a jar so that I can shake it up. Alright, so here is one of my old peanut butter jars, or maybe it was peanut butter. I've mentioned this in a previous video. where I made 3 different types of spreads. I'll link that up here if you're interested. I made like a salted caramel spread, a rhubarb spread, and a raspberry jam. Anyway, these jars, which are the bigger 100% nuts peanut butter jars, are really, really good to recycle because they just have a black lid. And yeah, you can take the label off and it's nice. So anyway, we're going to use this for our dressing. What should I put in? Okay, here is my Dijon mustard. I'm gonna go in with 1 tablespoon because, well, actually maybe 2 teaspoons. I just really love Dijon mustard. I feel like it has, I don't know, it's just so good with like a fresh salad like this. So obviously add less if you're not a massive Dijon mustard fan, but you can always just add in a little bit and then taste it and then adjust it. I'm gonna add in just 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Honestly, I just really add this in because it's good for you, and I don't really have it that much other than in dressings, so maybe I'll add in 1.5. Okay, got that. Now I'm gonna add in some olive oil. Here I just have extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna add in about 2 teaspoons of that. 1, 2, actually, should we go 3? Let's go 3. 3 teaspoons. Then we have crushed garlic. So you could use fresh garlic, but I do have this like pre-minced garlic here, which I'm just gonna use because it's a lot quicker. I'm gonna use about half of a teaspoon. You could add in more, but this is just a little mini teaspoon, so it's about half of a teaspoon. Okay. Maybe a bit of salt. And then we need the maple syrup, important ingredient there. Okay, this is the last of this maple syrup, so I might have to open a new one, but we shall see. Yeah, that's 1 teaspoon. I think I am gonna, oh, see, look, it's already been 3 minutes. I literally would have forgotten about the almonds. Let's check them. They still need another 2 minutes, at least, but I'm so glad I put that timer on. Okay, 2 minutes, so probably 5 minutes full up. That's kind of what I thought it would be, but I just didn't want to overshoot the mark. You know, sometimes the oven can be hotter or whatever. Or the almonds could be thinner, who knows? So I think it will be 5 in total. I think I actually am gonna get 2 teaspoons out of this. All right, let me check if I have any other goals that I want to share, because I did write down quite a few. Oh yes, one that I forgot to talk about, which was a health and fitness goal, is to get at least 8 hours of sleep per night on average per week. So I do have this Garmin app which tells me how long I sleep for every night, and usually I aim for 8 hours, but sometimes it's a little less. Sometimes I just wake up early, or you know, we go to bed a bit late. I'm just gonna shake this up actually. So yes, basically I want to aim to get at least 8 hours a night per week. So it averages out on my app and you can see like how much is your average per week, and I just want that to be around 8 or more hours, because sleep is really important, not just for, you know, your brain, but also for all your muscles and basically your whole body. It like rejuvenates and replenishes while you sleep. So it's really, really, really important. And you know, I highly recommend having a look at your own sleep schedule, because yeah, it's really important. Also, if you go to sleep at a similar time every night and you wake up at a similar time every morning, that really helps to regulate your body, and so you actually get tired at that time, and then you're ready to wake up in the morning and you don't feel sluggish. So I usually go to bed around 10 and wake up around 6. But obviously, you know, sometimes that flows and changes, but that is the kind of sleep routine I go for, and it really works for me. But I actually am going to be having to wake up earlier next year when I start work. See, it's already been 2 minutes. This goes by so fast. Check on the almonds. Ooh. the critical point now. So I'm gonna say like 40 seconds more, maybe a minute. I'm gonna go 45. All right, 45 seconds until they're done because they are starting to brown up a bit, but they're not all brown. Anyway, I'm just gonna taste this dressing. I feel like it needs something else. I think it needs more maple syrup. So I think I'm gonna have to go open another one. Which is right here. It's like exactly the same one, but full. How good. Pre-prepping things is just really great. Alrighty. So yeah, those are all my goals that I wrote down. It's already been 45 seconds. I'm so glad I have these timers. Okay, needs another 45. Last one, I think. Start. Okay. Yes, maple syrup. That's where we're at. So I think we're gonna add in actually another 2 teaspoons. So it'll be like 4 teaspoons of maple syrup in total. So I just really like the sweetness that it gives. And then I think I'm gonna add in like a dash of water just to thin it out a bit because it's a bit thick and I really want it to like, you know, go throughout the whole salad. So I probably added in about a tablespoon of water, I'd say, just to thin it out. Alright, let's taste this. I think that's perfect. Okay, timer is done. I'm taking the things out. I'll show you what they look like. They look so good. They're nice and brown, but they're not too brown. They're just perfect. All right, so I'm gonna let that cool. And I'm only gonna dress this at the last minute when we're actually eating it. So I'm gonna leave this all and I will show you a photo or a quick video of the final product later on when we actually do eat it. It's only about 5:20 now. I'm probably gonna eat around 6:30. So I will take a quick video when we are eating and show you the final product, but that's basically all I have to do now. I'm just gonna put this in the fridge. Then I have my hemp hearts and my dressing and my toasted almonds to sprinkle on top. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for an amazing year here on YouTube. I'm so grateful for all of you guys who have subscribed and who watch my videos. It really means the world to me. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button down below and also click the bell notification button if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. So actually I want to talk a little bit about my posting schedule. I have been posting every Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, and Sunday, but I am thinking of actually keeping that pretty much the same, but posting a proper video on the Sunday, so like a longer video on the Sunday, and then the one that's on Wednesday or Thursday is like a short style video, so either the actual shorts, which is under a minute in length, or just like a 4 or 5 minute kind of quick video, because I am going to be starting a new job in a few weeks time. I won't have as much time during the week to edit videos. So that is the plan going forward. I'm still going to be posting twice a week, but my main video will be on a Sunday, and then the video in the middle of the week is just like a shorter video, a bit more fun, maybe just like a quick recipe or something like that. So that is all for this video. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoy your New Year's, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.